A new study suggests violent video games could make kids more violent. Researchers at the Indiana University School of Medicine use state-of-the-art brain scanning technology to map emotional arousal in teen gamers. Kids who played the more violent games showed an increase in emotional activity and a decrease in self-control, inhibition, and attention.
I think psychologists are right. If you put a kid in front of Mortal Kombat every day who's 3 years old or something, yeah, I guess that could have an effect, but that's bad parenting.
I don't think that, for example, having kids playing 20 minutes of Grand Theft Auto in a lab and then asking them questions could be that useful. Also because, playing games outside of your, natural context, like your home, is just absolutely useless.
Media violence research has been one of the most thoroughly researched in terms of all types of studies. There have been the field experiments, there have been the lab experiments, there's been cross-sectional studies and longitudinal studies, and all have in fact shown a positive link to exposure to violent media and increased aggression.
We know that you can ban the sale of cigarettes to minors because minors have less of an ability to make a conscious choice of what is proven to be harmful. You smoke cigarettes, you increase your chances of lung cancer and other diseases of the lung. Therefore, society can ban the sale of that product to minors as it can ban the sale of alcohol because the minors don't have the same choice factor. Here, however, we don't have either the causal link or the definition. We don't know what, if you will, video cigarette they're trying to stop.
Basically, in psychology today, you have two major factions, two major paradigms that are like fighting each other. The dominant paradigm is that video games have powerful negative effects. On the other side, you have a different paradigm, a different faction that actually tries to demonstrate that video games are actually good for you. They actually have positive effects. So, for example, they're good for teaching, they're very good for escapism, they're very good for, all sort of things. The common denominator of the two approaches is that they both schools of thought believe that video games are powerful tools. So, they're not just like entertainment, they're not just play. What I'm saying is that it's great that you have this debate, this extreme position, because you can reach, like a medium position where, you understand, the risks, but you also appreciate, the benefits.
We don't play all these games. We don't have time. We don't listen to that kind of music, and we don't play video games all the time. Some of us are busy working and taking care of our families. So it really does help us if there's some research done, just to give us the education. And then I can make that decision for myself and for my family.
That's what scares me. When the government starts telling us what we can and cannot watch, even though it's otherwise protected speech, because kids might be exposed to it.
I pride myself as being a strong First Amendment person. And so to that extent, I think that, Grand Theft Auto should be allowed to produce, or make and produce and sell Grand Theft Auto, and if someone wants to buy it, so be it. But they ought not to be children, that's all.
We just want to make sure that the media environment is reflective of kids' needs so that it promotes their healthy development. And if we're finding studies that say that exposure to violent media inhibits that, then that's something that we want to address.
We're maybe playing with fire to a certain extent by having games like this available to young children. And society has to make a decision about, the risk is they may be burned, they may not be burned.
I mean, video games, yeah, they're crucial and they play a relevant part for many kids, but it's not just, the main thing. Kids are actually, socialized, they have like so many factors, affecting their behavior, their views on the world.
I think that the way to make some kind of headway with this is to educate people to the extent that you can, particularly parents and particularly parents of young children, about, what is it you want for your kid? If parents think that's okay for the kid, well then I can't stand between them and their kid.
And the video games, in a way, I have to thank them because they were able to help me clarify my values with the kids, because it would bring the topic up all the time. And so I would say, oh yeah, no, that's not okay. This is not cool, to shoot somebody or to beat somebody up.
I think you would learn more bad habits in games than stuff that you would like, than good stuff. Your parents would like teach you everything, would teach you like what's right and what's wrong, you know? Game can't do anything like that. It's just entertainment to me, you know? It's like when I have nothing to do, you know, when I'm bored. Video games are just there.